You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who still likes to build a fort, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday. We've made it. We got through the week. It wasn't that tough. Did you have a good week? Let us know how your week was. Our phone lines are open. They are always open, as is the text line, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC, or text us on the app or on the stream, however you are choosing to Nite Lite this evening. It's great to have you wherever you're joining us from in Wisconsin. Got a really fun show tonight. We're going to celebrate. We talk about show business a lot. We also talk about Wisconsin a lot and the fun goings on in our state from time to time. And we celebrate people who celebrate our state. So that is kind of what we are doing tonight in the first hour. Paul Vandenplas will be here. I'm saying his name right, correct, Conrad?
Yes, you are.
Vandenplas, right?
I just want to, I don't know if you saw me. I went like this when I saw this. If you look at this dream right now, don't read it, but just.
Wait, what am I looking at? What's so bad?
Can you see the comments?
No, I don't have the comments.
Okay. I'll get you the comments in a second here. But
okay. I don't think this mouse is working. I'm commentless. If it's bad stuff, I don't want to see it. You could just tell people where they can go.
Yes. Yeah, you are saying it right, though. You are.
Vandenplas. Okay. Paul will be here at 6:35. He has a site on various social media platforms called Wonderfully Wisconsin. I watched a lot of his videos today on Facebook. He's on TikTok, probably Instagram. He just does a great job traveling around the state and celebrating various aspects. It has very much a around-the-corner feel to it, but Paul's a pretty mellow guy, and he just looks for fun stuff in Wisconsin and posts about it. So we're going to talk to Paul about that at 6:35. He is coming into the studio, right? Okay. He will be here in person, and we will talk to him about things that are wonderfully Wisconsin. And I've got a lot of questions for him. Maybe, I don't want to put Paul on the spot, but if he wants to take our Wisconsin quiz, I think who better?
I think he could ace it.
I think he could too, but I also don't want to,
What if he gets an F?
What if he flunks and then he's like supposedly the authority on Wisconsin, he never comes back, or he gets me in a headlock or something? I don't need that kind of nonsense either. But we'll talk to Paul. No pressure, Paul. It's going to be fun. So we'll do that at 6:35, right after the news. And then it is a Bar Band Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. This is exciting. As you know, Max Inc. host, one of the Max Inc. hosts, Terry Barr, will be here at 7:35, bringing new music and fun conversation. We're going to talk about a band. I'm going to save the name of the band because I love the name of the band. So we'll talk about that with Terry. Terry will tell you who the band is. We've got a couple tunes from said band, and we're going to talk about an award event coming up here in Wisconsin for musicians that we do every year here in Wisconsin, and it's down in Madison, and it's so much fun, and Terry's going to tell us about that as well. They do such an amazing job on Max Inc., so she'll tell us also what's coming up on Max Inc. tomorrow night. It'll be fun to talk to Terry, as it is every Friday night. And then we saw, did you see or did you hear that clip Mike just played of Eric Stokes?
I did. That was kind of funny.
Taking a shot at Green Bay on his way out of town. Like, there's nowhere to eat after 10 o'clock. Maybe he's never heard of a little restaurant called Quick Trip. This guy's problem. Pack your bags, pal.
There's a bunch of places to eat after 10. What is he talking about?
Well, and he's going to Vegas, so it's like that never closes. That's not fair. That's an unfair comparison.
We got to ask Paul about this and say, what kind of places can you eat after 10, just so we can rub it in Eric's face?
Hey, that's a great question. Let's do that after 10, and we'll find him. We'll find Eric Stokes on the Twitter. After 10 cuisine.
Hey, I don't know if you saw on the text line, Steady Eddie, I think, had a record on the fastest text into the show. I didn't even click the button for the show intro yet, and Steady Eddie texted in.
Still like the same, like the intro music was still playing. You just sent me what the stream text was. Was that meant for us?
I don't know.
Some guy, can I read this or is it obscene or what?
I mean, I think you can say it.
He just said hi. We got 5 texts from the same listener who just said hi 4 times and then said porn. That guy knows how to party. Okay, fair enough.
The context, please?
Yeah, really. I mean, listen, we always have porn playing in the background when we're on the air, but I don't think listeners are aware of that. I mean, come on. We're covert to some degree. We just keep it on for the guests. Hey, Steady Eddie, we got to read this because he's so early tonight.
Yeah.
It's insane. I don't know what, maybe Steady Eddie overslept the last 2 nights and just got up, so he wanted to be first at it. So that is a record text time. Steady Eddie says, Pete, it's Friday, the Christmas day of weeknights, also known as Bar Band Friday night. See, Steady Eddie's on it. He says, I think you better ask Conrad to boil some water and get some fresh, clean towels together because I believe you and your lovable producer are about to deliver another precious little 5,000 megawatt bouncing bundle of joy and entertainment that is Nite Lite. It's time in all caps. Let's Nite Lite it up. Damn right, Steady Eddie. I love the energy. See, it's kind of fun when we close down the show with a Steady Eddie text, but that was fun to start the show with one. And he put a postscript. He says, on this March 14th, all right, we'll tie this into the question of the night because Steady Eddie's a step ahead of us. He says, 3.14, Pi Day. Remember the words and wisdom that came from the mouth and mind of Jed Clampett when he was schooling up his nephew, Jethro Bodine. Jethro, don't be so dumb. Pie are round, cake are squared. Okay. Steady Eddie. That's great. And you know what? Let's use Steady Eddie's text as a way into our question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
What is your favorite kind of pie? We know it's National Pie Day, the math part, but we don't care. Lately, we've been on kind of a food kick here at Nite Lite. We talk about various foods that are good to binge watch color television with and movies, and pie is certainly one of them. So on National Pie Day, that's probably an international day, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Doesn't matter. But what's your favorite kind of pie? That's a fun one, folks. You can noodle that. You can text right in. I was late to the game with pie, I have to say. I always was a cake guy when I was a kid. Loved chocolate cake. But I don't know, like pie always creeped me out because there was like fruit in it, and I didn't get the breadfruit thing. It was kind of overwhelming. Then I discovered the joy that is pie. Chocolate silk, pumpkin, apple with like the Dutch crumbles on top.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. So, and I'll say this, it's not a taste explosion in your mouth, but a good blueberry pie I like too. There's strawberry rhubarb. You've got your whole peach family. Cranberry.
Peach
A nice peach cobbler. Is there a cranberry pie?
You know, there probably is at the Cranberry Fest.
Or some
There
derivation.
has to be.
But that would be not a good pie because cranberries do not taste good on their own unless you add like pounds of sugar.
They must. I'm
They
guessing
must,
they,
yeah.
yeah.
So what is your favorite kind of pie? 855-7. Did I do that right? 855? I just said a total.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, 855-752-4842. 855-75 Civic Pie favorite. What kind is yours? I will start things up. You know, it's tempting to go apple just to be like all American, but I'm going to say part of it is because I haven't eaten in 18 hours. Chocolate cream
Okay.
with some whipped cream.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do that. What about you?
If my grandma's listening, she's going to love this.
Okay.
I love her butterscotch pie that she makes.
Now, what's that?
It's butterscotch, like kind of like pudding,
Wow.
but it's more. I feel like it's more thick than pudding. It feels like a chocolate, but it's butterscotch.
Okay.
And you put some whipped cream on top of that.
Wow.
Her crust as well. Now that is good.
Can you do butterscotch without something else, like a combo? Butterscotch on its own?
Yeah, no, it's really good actually.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
like the only thing I actually like butterscotch in.
Yeah.
Just the pie.
Because I remember the butterscotch candies when I was a kid. It's probably before your time, but we would get those little butterscotch candies when we would trick or treat. It's like they're like total old people's candy.
Yeah.
And you suck on it for about 1 second. You're like, well, this really isn't very much fun at all. And you spit it out. It's a nice flavor, and I could see where it would go good with a nice pie crust.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, that's interesting. I never heard of that before. A nice chocolate peanut butter pie, too,
Oh,
is dynamite.
I
Heavy, but good.
So would the peanut butter be in with the chocolate, like mixed with it? I feel like
I think it's separate. There's like chocolate, then peanut butter, then chocolate chips, whipped cream.
Oh.
We used to get it at a place called
Okay.
Marie Callender's. I don't know if they had those in Wisconsin, but oh man, they were so good. And pumpkin pie. But when I eat pumpkin pie, I like it, but I have to have like tons of whipped cream on it. It just tastes better that
You
way.
can't eat it by itself.
I could, but why when I can make it more of an event?
You know who makes a really good pumpkin pie? Costco.
Yeah, they do. You're
Oh,
right.
My brother
And they're huge.
gets it every, like, because they host usually for Thanksgiving at their house, and they'll get one pumpkin for the party,
Okay.
and then they'll get one for themselves.
for the later.
And then I'm like, yo, save me a couple, please.
And if you run out and someone says, well, open that other one. Nope.
No.
That's ours. We want to be alone with the pie later. All right. Well, that's good. That's a good start off. We got Conrad likes butterscotch pie. I like a chocolate cream or chocolate peanut butter pie. And a close second or third, if you count those two as tied for first, would be pumpkin pie drenched with real whipped cream.
Yes. Have you tried key lime?
Oh, you know what? How do
I'm
I'm going to change my answer.
Key lime's so good.
Key lime is dynamite. And I like lemon meringue, but key lime is like, it's like they made lemon meringue. It was good, but then key lime came along and it's like they perfected pie. Changing my answer, key lime it is with a graham cracker crust.
Oh,
Honest to
yeah.
God. That is a taste explosion in your mouth, folks. I basically have 4 favorite kinds of pie.
We can open it up. We can have 10, all right?
Let us know your favorite kind of pie, folks. Keep it under 10. 855-752-4842. Text us on the app. Text us on the stream. Just text us. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us your favorite kind of pie. Tell us your thoughts on the Badgers. We'll have a little Badger talk when we come back, and we'll read your text. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Anna from Madison says, hi, Pete and Conrad. I have 2 favorite pies. Pecan, forgot about pecan, and key lime. Boy, you changed that curve when you mentioned key lime, Conrad. That's a deal breaker.
It's dynamite.
With the graham cracker crust, you can't go wrong. Yeah, I'm with you, Anna. I like pecan. I don't love pecan, but I like pecan. John from Oshkosh says, chilled blueberry pie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Yeah, another blueberry pie. See, it's not crazy pungent. That's not the right word, but blueberry pie is very good. I'm with you, John. John from Oshkosh in a wonderful city. Have you been to Leon's? I assume if you live in Oshkosh, you've been to Leon's. Dynamite place. AJ in the 608 says, hi, Pete and Conrad. I must say apple pie is overrated, but I love apple crumble. I'm with AJ on this one because just eating apples as the filling doesn't cut it. You need something. You need, just the little Dutch sugar sprinkles, whatever they're called. My favorite is definitely cherry. No ice cream, no whipped cream. Enjoy it as is. Old school for AJ. No sides, please. Just cherry pie. And tell Conrad butterscotch is awesome in Scotcheroos.
Wait, are those the Girl
Those
Scout?
are Girl Scout cookies.
Okay.
We missed that last night. AJ continues and says, if you know, you know. Well said, AJ. Carrie from Tosta says, key lime pie is the best and is very underrated. That's interesting because it's the best, and yet it's so good, it's still underrated even though it's the best. I could not agree more with you, Carrie. I am literally starving right now for key lime pie. Can we Uber a key lime pie here somehow or like a DoorDash?
Yeah, I'll ask my
Do they have
parents
it
to
down
send
the
some.
street? Do they have it like at Hagermeister or the Haberdashery?
Oh, that would be dynamite.
Yeah. One humongous piece. Just send a pie over in 2 forks. We'll massacre it. Nick from Marshall says, good choice, Pete. Key lime pie is definitely one of my favorites, along with coconut cream. Yes, another great one. And my mom makes a killer pecan pie, and sometimes she puts bourbon in it. Oh, that's just not fair. Which my grandfather recommended a long time ago. I am literally salivating right now. These all sound amazing. Thank you, Nick, for Marshall. Nick continues saying, yes, blueberry pie is very good, too. I don't know if it's the color with the crust. It's just the presentation. Blueberry pie just looks delicious. And blueberries are great for you, too. Pamela from Wisconsin Rapids says, lemon meringue and strawberry rhubarb. It's a tie. Love them both. Getting hungry listening to the show tonight. We got to start a Nite Lite pie club. Pamela listening on WFHR. Awesome people there. James and Melissa and everybody at WFHR. Thank you for listening, Pamela, and thanks for the text. Tyler from Wisconsin Rapids says, coconut cream pie, just like Gilligan's. How did Marianne ever do it? Oh, God, I kind of remember that, but I kind of don't. What is that, Tyler? I need some clarification on that one. We got a comment on the stream, too. PJ says, banana cream pie.
Oh,
That's good stuff.
Totally forgot about banana
Me
cream
too.
pie.
I forgot about a lot of these.
You know, I forget where I
Wow.
had it, but there was a place I had banana cream pie for the first time, and I haven't had it since. And I can't remember where it was, but it was the best pie I've ever tasted.
Yeah.
And I miss it.
I did that. I don't know if I talked about this on the air. It was one of my most embarrassing moments in the last year. I was at a grocery store. They close at 9. I get back to Marinette's just in time, and I'm really jonesing for a piece of this banana cream. They serve these little individual things. And I get there, and I see it. It's at the end of the aisle, and they have all these desserts, and I see banana cream pie. This is so embarrassing. And I literally said, I made a noise. I went, right as a guy was rounding the aisle, and he heard me say, he had probably had no idea what I was talking about. It was just an instinct. It was really embarrassing, and I had to like cough and pretend I had something in my throat. And on the stream, okay, now I see Ernesto's text. Hello, hi, porn. He just like got his first iPhone or something. He's like one of those kids like typing porn and then giggling. Thank you, Ernesto. Unless that's some kind of pie we haven't heard of. Porn pie. I don't think you wanna saddle up with a porn pie though. That's could be very disgusting. So the Badgers won today.
Yes.
That's huge. They're going to play Michigan State. And then it's all over, right? If they beat Michigan State, that's it.
Nope. They got to play one more game after that on Sunday. So it's tomorrow is the semifinals. And we'll figure out who's playing in the other game tonight. But yeah, tomorrow, Badgers and Michigan State. That's going to be a really tough one.
Yeah. At the very least, they didn't embarrass themselves. They showed up for the tournament. Even if they lose tomorrow, it's not going to affect their seeding, I don't think.
No.
They'll probably still be, a 4, 5, right in there somewhere?
4 or 5, yeah. If they didn't lose to Penn State before, they could have been a 3 easily.
That was kind of a stupid loss. At home, too. It's terrible.
And we were talking about this a little bit before, is that today they had one of the best 3-point shootings in the Big Ten tournament, actually.
Yeah.
They tied it today. They just needed one more to break the record. But they can't rely on it. That's what they did against Penn State. They tried to rely on the 3-point, and it came back to burn them. I just hope they don't do that tomorrow. I hope if it's not working, go to the paint. We got some good big guys down there. So
I can't. This is going to be I've seen bits and pieces of basketball games, college basketball games this year. This will be the first game I watch in its entirety tomorrow. Probably because of the show. It seems like there's always a conflict, but I'm going to watch probably the whole game tomorrow. That'll be my first full college basketball game of the season.
There you go.
I got to get warmed up for the tournament. So that'll be fun. What's the movie you said?
I watched. So it just came out today.
Oh yeah.
I woke up a little earlier just because I was excited to watch it because I was like, I'm yearning for a movie I haven't seen
Yeah.
yet. So it's called The Electric State, and it stars Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt. And I really liked it. And you told me the budget, which was
I just saw the headline, but it said $320 million, which is ridiculous because it's a Netflix film.
Yeah.
They're not making that back at the theater.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
Netflix has more money than they know what to do with. They keep raising prices and adding subscribers. It's insane. But you said it wasn't worth that, or it kind of lowered it a little bit.
After hearing that budget, I was like, well, they probably could have done more. But overall, you said The Gorge was a Netflix film.
Yeah.
I think this went
streamer.
above a streamer. I think it could have been in theaters. I enjoyed it. I think the actors that they brought in it brought a lot of character to it. And the
Was
meaning
it action film or what?
action comedy.
Okay.
It's about I think it's based in 1970s, but I don't know. We don't have much time left, so I'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But I'll tell you the story kind of later. But
All
it
right.
was good.
We'll do that. And I'm going to tell you about the new Nite Lite beer again because we're having the brewmaster who created it on Monday. It's going to be awesome. And we're coming back with Paul Vandenplaus, ladies and gentlemen, of Wonderfully Wisconsin. That's coming up after the news. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Will burn without a noise, without my pride. I reach out from the inside. Funny how I found myself in love with you.
That's going to be my workout song tonight when I get back to Marinette. I'm religious about my workouts, folks. Every Friday night after my show, I do 4 push-ups, and I'm religious about it. I don't mess around. So that's going to, I only hear about 8 seconds of the song, but it's a good one to do 4.
That's great. That's
4
great.
push-ups too. Annie from Watertown, that's the 920, where she's, well, actually Watertown is not, Annie's running some kind of scam here, Conrad. It's like your folks with the 920 when they're down in Key West. Annie says, lots of munchies. And then she says, 1974, Key Largo, memorable for pie. Introduced to key lime pie and also angel pie, chocolate chips and whipping cream in a meringue crust. Oh, God. Recipe from Heart Tongues in Pipersville, Wisconsin. Sound familiar?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right, we'll talk about that too. That's our next guest I'm about to introduce. I'm so excited to talk to this guy. From the 608, Nick in Marshall says, Maple Tree Supper Club in McFarland makes an excellent mint chocolate chip pie with an Oreo cookie crust. If you or Conrad are ever in the area, I would highly recommend it since that place has excellent food and drinks and their prices are very reasonable. Conrad, I haven't asked you to take a memo in a while. I think that is definitely memo worthy. Tyler says ginger pie is tasty too. I've never had ginger pie.
I haven't either.
That's interesting. All right, keep those texts coming, folks. What is your favorite kind of pie? It is International Pie Day. They're going for a math theme, the 3.14. We're not doing that because math sucks.
Yes.
So we're talking about actual delicious pie, and I want to know what your favorites are. You can stream us, text us, hit us up on the app any way you see fit. Just join the show. Always more fun when you guys participate, and we've had some amazing texts so far. All right. It is a Bar Band Friday night. Terry Barr will be here at 7:35 with new music and absolutely fascinating conversation. As always, great to have Terry, and she'll tell us what's coming up on Max Inc. tomorrow night. But right now, this is exciting. I've been waiting to have this guy on the show for a while. Paul Vandenplaus. Paul, am I saying your last name right?
Yep, you're saying it correctly.
I'm crushing it, aren't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Because I have the last name Schwaba. I'm very sensitive to people's last names. Yours looks pretty self-explanatory, but you never know. So Paul is the creator of the Wonderfully Wisconsin channel. You can find it on TikTok. Help me out. Facebook, Instagram. What else? YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube as well.
Okay. So it's for those of you, if you live in Wisconsin or are from here and miss it, this is a great channel. Paul, welcome to Nite Lite. Great
Well,
to
thanks
have
for
you.
having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. So, all right. So before we get into Wonderfully Wisconsin, tell us about yourself.
All right. Well, I'm 41. Didn't go to school for content creation, for marketing, for anything like that. I mean, I guess I did go for marketing, but I changed my major 3 times. So
Yeah, it happens.
So no, I work a 9 to 5 job. I work for a large promotional marketing company, but I don't work in the office.
Okay.
I do embroidery for clothes and that kind of stuff. So I do not have a background in any of this. I just have a passion and a love for introducing people to the wonderful state of Wisconsin.
Oh man, I love that. So you do have a day job. This isn't what you do full time.
No, I
but it
wish.
kind of ties in, or does it kind of? Is it a lot? I mean, marketing. That's kind of what you're doing a little bit. Like you're sort of marketing for Wisconsin.
Oh, sure.
I would think they would scoop that up.
Maybe.
Should we make a phone call, Conrad? Let's see if we can get Wisconsin.
Yeah,
on the
I'll get
horn.
them on the line.
Are you a lifelong resident?
Yes, I am.
Okay, where'd you grow up?
Green Bay.
Nice, dude. Okay. So, all right. So tell us how you founded Wonderfully Wisconsin and what made you, like you got kids, you got a full-time gig, you're posting all the time. This seems time consuming. What made you want to dedicate a lot of your hours or free hours to a site like this?
Sure. I actually fell into it. I had a TikTok account like most people my age, where all you did is just go on there and scroll endlessly for hours.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you just post a silly video that you think your friends might be interested. Oh, here's my kids being silly, or here's my dog doing something goofy, you know. And so I went this last summer. There was a quick trip that I had read about in a magazine. I think it was Milwaukee Magazine, if I remember correctly. And they talked about these special quick trip restaurants that had a restaurant inside of it. And it was, these restaurants are called the Hearty Platter. And I think there's only 2 in the state of Wisconsin.
Okay.
And they're run
attached to a quick trip?
inside. Like, yeah.
Wow.
And
okay.
a full sit-down restaurant, all quick trip food, but it's plated and it's a full sit-down experience.
Wow.
And so I'm like, oh, I like quick trip. This is interesting. So I took my family one day. I'm like, oh, what a fun trip. It's just in the one I went to is in Bonduel, so not too far.
Right.
So I had a fun day in Shawano, and then we went there for lunch. All right, made a little stupid video of like, oh, this is what it's like, you know, okay. And then posted up, and I don't know why I did that. I still to this day, my wife says, like, I don't know what possessed you. I thought you were odd that day doing it. They're like, well, I'm an odd guy, so it checks out. But so I just threw it up on TikTok because I thought, oh, maybe my friends who travel and like checking out new things, oh, maybe they'll like it. And it went viral. And I'm like, okay, well, this is interesting. So why did it
work?
Right.
Wow.
So why did this go viral? And so I looked into the statistics on everything, and I'm like, you know, I think maybe there's just a hunger for interesting things in Wisconsin. So I took about 3 weeks and then did all the research, looked at other creators for Wisconsin, and there was really not a lot of information out there. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's do 3 more videos and see how they do. And those all went viral. And I'm like, okay, so I'm on to
This all on
something.
TikTok?
All on TikTok.
Okay.
So then that just started. Is I've always had a love for Wisconsin. I'm a big history guy, and so a lot of people overlook the history of Wisconsin. And you know, it's just kind of this passion my whole life. Like my parents were Special Olympics coaches. So when I was younger, my sister has Down syndrome, and she was a Special Olympics athlete. So we would travel the state for her to participate in all this stuff. I played sports myself through high school. And so traveled the state doing that kind of stuff. And I always thought Wisconsin was interesting and beautiful and had a unique history. And so I'm like, well, maybe this is my opportunity to share that with not only Wisconsin, but the outside world.
Wow. That's a great story. And what a great way that you fell into that. I love that it was so organic and kind of just, and it's funny, like I used to, and this just came to me when you were talking, like you're from here, you still love driving around the state. I think I just told you, we used to drive up to 3 Lakes from Chicago. I grew up in Chicago when I was younger. And Wisconsin always just seemed like more of a state of mind. Mm-hmm. Like when you're coming from, like, we lived right in the city. So when we would go up and we're all of a sudden we're looking at rolling hills and lakes, it just seemed like a mindset almost.
Absolutely.
So it's interesting. And that was from an outsider's perspective when I was young. But you lived here and you still have that. That's really impressive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's and I think what I like to say, too, is I think a lot of people from here just kind of, for whatever reason, just develop this defeatist attitude that it's like, there's nothing to do here. This place is boring. Right. And it's like, but it's not, you know.
You're boring.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
you got to make your own fun, babe.
Right. You know, and so I guess I've always kind of had that wanderlust.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, well, why can't I have that within my own state?
Sure.
Wisconsin is a huge state.
Yeah.
So You can go to the next town over. If you're just looking for something, you can go to the next town over that you've been to a million times. But if you approach it from a different angle and go, okay, well, what's interesting here to do, instead of like, I'm just kind of just going about my motions.
Yeah.
Like, there might be wonderful things that you never even consider to do.
Absolutely. My guest is Paul Vandenplas. He is the founder of the Wonderfully Wisconsin channel. It's wonderful. Check it out on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. He's all over the place, and he posts a lot of really cool videos about our state. And I'm amazed that you can live in Wisconsin for as long. Like, I've spent over 20 years of my life here from when we moved up here, and I've been back as an adult. Close to 20 years. And I'm surprised when I haven't heard of something. Right. Like, if something is so good and you're posting it on your channel, I'm like, how, if it's so good, how have I not heard of that? Like, you really got to get the word out, even if something's great, for people to find it.
Oh, sure. And I get that a lot. I mean, this morning I posted a video about the pancake place here in Green Bay. Okay, that place is legendary in Green Bay. So you would think, okay, everybody knows about it. And I had several comments. Oh, I've lived in Green Bay my whole life. I've never gone there.
No kidding.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
What is the place? What is it?
It's over on Military, and it is a breakfast diner. They've won. Now, I said in the video, I think 15 years in a row, but I think it's really 14.
Okay.
So 14 years in a row, best breakfast in the Bay Area.
Wow.
You go there, their pancakes are the size of a huge platter.
Wisconsin-sized portions. Yeah, I love that.
Oh, yeah. You're eating for 2-3 days off of whatever you get there. It is incredible. And it's not just the portions. The food is absolutely incredible.
It's funny when I go to places, I've noticed that we like our portion sizes in Wisconsin. And sometimes people will say, even if the food is not that great, oh, that's good food. And it's not. They just get a ton of it. Like, they really feed you. You said earlier something went viral. And I'm curious, what constitutes going viral? How many hits, views, whatever do you have to be considered like viral, so to speak?
Well, there is a concept that it's TikTok is moving more towards, and it's called viral for me. And so something that has 10 million views, okay, across the board is viral.
That's viral,
but, But I've never had anything at 10 million views. But at the time, my viral TikTok, that got 350,000 views. Well, I had 70 followers. So it's like, okay, so that's viral. That's viral for me.
300. Is it just people kept sharing it?
Yeah, and commenting, and that's what drives a lot of it. Is if you can get content that's engaging and people are sharing it and wanting to comment, and you're commenting back and you're having an entire conversation. That's what TikTok and Instagram and all those platforms really like, is they just want that conversation.
I tried to go viral a couple times, like just from what I see other people doing, but I don't know. People don't want to see me in a bikini, I guess. I don't know, Paul. Hey, all right. So tell me, give me like 3 instances of something you've seen in our state that's really cool when you're traveling and posting stuff and making videos.
All right. I will say the driftless region of Wisconsin.
I had a separate question for that. Okay. I love that region. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. It's
beautiful.
Like, well, and even I was spending time. I went to Galena in Illinois, and it's like, so that area in Illinois is incredible. It's just like all over there. And so I made a joke to my wife, and I said, up here, Wisconsinites like to call people from Illinois flatlanders. Yeah, and so I'm like, you're driving around in Illinois, and this is incredible. How is this flat? So yeah, things like that. Lake Superior. If you haven't seen it, it will just blow your mind. It is incredible. Washington Island is a place I think every Wisconsinite has to go and just hang out for a day.
All right. So here, I've got some more specific questions for you. And I agree with all those. That not only is the driftless region cool, that's a great name for a region. The driftless. It sounds like Old West, like you're going to run into Clint Eastwood or something when you're there.
It even has that feel when you're out there.
Yeah. Like you see a tumbleweed.
Gritty,
totally. Okay. So, and if you want to give me a couple so you don't feel like you're leaving anybody out or whatever, that's fine too. But favorite restaurant that you've been to in Wisconsin?
Oh, man.
Or an example of a good one.
That's a tough one. I would say the 1111 Burgers and Beignets in Fond du Lac. Incredible burgers. So good.
Why the beignets with the burger?
I have
are
no
the
idea.
burgers like New Orleans themed or something?
No,
No,
not
really?
at all. They're smash burgers. I have no clue why they started doing beignets, but they're really good.
I don't mean to get off on a double tangent here, but what exactly is a smash burger? I've ordered them. I don't know. Is it just a hand-tossed burger? Or?
Well, it's pretty much what we specialize in Wisconsin is they're super. They smash them way down in there. They're super thin patties.
Okay.
So that's what's
That's a smash
That's a
burger?
smash burger. Yep.
I just thought it meant like not a frozen patty, like like you make them at home like that. But okay, wow.
Yeah.
Did
So-
you know that?
Yeah, they actually use little pieces of like parchment paper, and then they use like a steel.
A press.
Yeah, and then really push it down.
It's
And
like
it doesn't take long to cook either because it's so
It's
so
like a
small.
stone washing for burgers. I think that's. All right. So continue, please. That was what was the place called in Fond du Lac?
Oh, 1111.
Okay.
And then Pancake Place that I previously
Oh,
mentioned.
yeah.
One of the best breakfasts that you can get in the state of Wisconsin.
Okay.
And then there's another great, I think it's called Four Corners Cafe in Saxville, Wisconsin. Tiny little cafe, fits about 6 people. That I believe is the best breakfast in Wisconsin.
What do you order?
A skillet.
All right, we're going to get more into this. We're going to do even a more deep dive into the wonderfulness of Wisconsin with our guest, Paul Vandenplas. He's here in studio tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you with me. Let us know what your favorite kind of pie is. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I feel fine and I feel good. I'm feeling like I never should.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Get up home. I wanna drive them home. When you're feeling blue.
There will be a Nite Lite inspired IPA, folks. If you're in the Madison area, Flick's Brew House, Dave Hansen, the brewmaster there, is creating a Nite Lite inspired IPA. It's going to be called Hazed on Radio, I believe, in association with Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. So that will be available, I believe, around when the Wisconsin Film Festival starts. I poured the hops in myself. You ever done something like that, Paul?
Oh, yeah. I used to do a ton of home brewing.
That was a first for me. It was really... So you make your own beer?
I used to. I'm looking to get back into it, but I don't have much time.
Yeah, you got enough on your plate. Hey, we got a phone call, and I think my guess is that Ollie wants to chime in on what we're talking about. Ollie from the North Woods. Hello, Ollie.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, thanks.
I was going to say my mom's homemade butterscotch pie, but since Chad already took it, I will say the fresh strawberry pie from Norske Nook. And I was wondering if your guest there tonight has ever been to Norske Nook for pie.
I have not. It seems
Interesting.
like I need to get going there.
So that's up north, right, Ollie?
Yes, there's one in Rice Lake, but there's also one, I believe, in Osseo.
Okay. Oh, that's down south, right?
No,
Is
that's
it-
northwest.
Oh, that's northwest?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not the wonderfully Wisconsin guy. Ollie, thank you for the... Now, let me ask you real quick. Do you put whipped cream on the strawberry pie?
Yes, they load it with whipped cream and whole strawberries, and it's absolutely delicious there.
Ollie is our food connoisseur, I would say, for the North Woods. Ollie, awesome stuff. Thank you,
bet.
as
My mom
always.
was a cook,
Oh.
and my parents owned a restaurant, so I know a lot about good pies and
You're tied in.
and good food.
All right. Well, you've given us a lot of good recommendations over the last couple weeks. Conrad has been taking memos, so we'll have to do an Ollie tour of the North Woods one of these days. Thank you so much. Have a great
Bye-bye.
night. See you later. My guest is Paul Vandenplas. Now, see, here's what happens, Paul. Now, this is why I'm not a professional radio person sometimes. Conrad, how do we have Paul's name initially? It was Vandenplas, then it was Vanderplas. Right?
Yeah.
Don't look at the sheet. What do you call this guy right here?
What do you wait?
What's his name?
Paul Vandenplas.
Vandenplas. See, look at that, Paul.
Yeah,
See what we're dealing with there?
that's been my whole life.
So it's great to have you here, buddy. And your channel is called Wonderfully Wisconsin. We're talking about really cool stuff in Wisconsin. Paul has seen most of it or a lot of it, and there's a lot more to come. So follow him. Find Wonderfully Wisconsin on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Is anyone else doing something like this that you're doing that doesn't have like a big studio or TV deal behind them?
There's a lot of us out there.
Yeah.
But I'm the only one that I know of doing kind of like a catch-all of everything. There's a lot of you have the Wisco Dive Bars guy. He just does dive bars.
Wow.
And then you have like Wander in Wisconsin. She does some bars, Bloody Mary content, like snowmobiling stuff. So we each have our niche, but I guess I'm just like
you have no parameters. You can just All right, very cool. Okay, what area or what place in your experience makes the best cheese?
Schulzberg Creamery in Schulzberg, Wisconsin.
Wow, look at that. You're almost ready for that question.
I just had it. Unbelievable. I had a bunch of my viewers like, hey, if you get to the Driftless, get down to Schulzberg.
No
I'm
kidding.
Like, all right. And then I tried it and I'm like, okay, that's for real. I think some of the best cheese coming out of Wisconsin.
Wow. What kind of cheese? Just like a cheddar? Or
imagine any kind.
Wow.
I was blown away. They had over 100 varieties of cheese that they make on site. I'm like, what is this place?
Where are the friendliest people in Wisconsin, Paul?
The Driftless region, for
Whoa,
sure.
I see a move for you. I think you're going to relocate there.
I was blown away. I'm like, that's what the last time I was out there with my wife, I'm like, is it just because it's the proximity to Minnesota? Everybody was so incredibly friendly. I would walk in, they didn't know who I was. And I'm like, oh, I'd stop at a Quick Trip. Oh, I'm just looking for something interesting to do. They'd take a half hour. Oh, yeah, do this. And everybody was so nice. I'm like, oh, my gosh. And I'm like, are we really stuck up over in eastern Wisconsin? Like, my goodness.
That can get to be like a hostage situation after a while, though.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, well, okay, friendly only goes so far. I got a life to lead here. All right, where are the rudest people in Wisconsin, in your opinion?
I would say getting by Milwaukee, Kenosha.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bigger cities. Do you find people in small towns typically are nicer, or is that a cliche, or do you find that to be the case?
I think it can depend. I've found a lot of people from small towns very defensive, and they get mad if I expose any of their hidden gems. Like, well, that was just for us. Like, that's a terrible attitude to have, I think.
What's the best? You ready for this? What's the best cuisine at Quick Trip?
Spicy chicken sandwich.
Ooh, Conrad?
I agree.
This guy loves chicken sandwiches. You know what? This is going to sound crazy. I like their egg rolls. Egg rolls aren't bad.
I haven't had them.
Gas station egg rolls. And I didn't get it. When Quick Trip first, I'd been to a couple and they were great. And I'm like, it's a gas station though. But yeah, they have a lot of other stuff. It's pretty good. Oh, yeah. It's still a gas station. So when they came to Marinette, people were doing cartwheels because we were getting 2 Quick Trips. And I didn't get it. But now, guess where I go when I'm hungry or I need gas?
Yeah.
I go to Amico. But Quick Trip is always right here. No, I go to Quick Trip because it's like there's nothing you don't – I don't know. You can get anything there. It's
right.
Great.
Well, hey, you're close. It should be Mickey Lou Barbecue.
Yeah. Hey, have you featured Mickey Lou's on that?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Last time I was up there, I went to Menominee and did Joe's Wax. Like, I love Joe's Wax.
Oh, yeah.
Burgers. Oh, my God. If you haven't been there. Wow.
I have, and they have. Okay, Joe's Wax has had a deal. My wife and I, about 3 summers ago, got on this kick where we go there for lunch. You get a 12-inch pizza, 2 burgers, and 2 drinks for like $12.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's 20
no
now.
fries. It's a weird combination of food, but the fries are like $2. You got to do it, But the same, very similar burgers to Mickey Lou's.
Yep.
All right. Paul Vandenplas is here, folks. Check out Wonderfully Wisconsin. He's in the studio. He's agreed to stick around. We're going to give him our Wisconsin quiz when we come back, and I'll probably have a couple more questions for him, too. It's a Bar Band Friday night. Terry Bar coming up at 7:35. Don't go anywhere. Great to have you with us on this Friday night on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.